Hello, and welcome to another Northstar Plays Mount and Blade Warband. Um, I hope you folks are doing well, taking care of each other, being kind to yourselves, as I have often suggested to you. Yep, this is recording good. Uh, Before I take on these bandits here, I have things paused so I don't have to listen to the intro screen music, which I'll play for a little bit after I load the game up. I really wish this game had a music player controller, but it does not. I say there isn't anything interesting to say in this game, or new, and sometimes there isn't. Um, in the nature of historical political analysis, so sometimes there's something that comes to me, particularly when I'm rescuing this kidnapped girl or young woman. The way that the way the role of women is sometimes portrayed, and of love in the Middle Ages. Some of you may have heard this rather ludicrous claim. Nobody ever married for love in the Middle Ages. It was always marriages of convenience, alliances between houses. I want you to think about this for a second. The vast majority of people throughout all history have not been noble houses or merchant houses. They haven't been middle class or upper. They've been the working masses of people. In the Middle Ages, peasants. Peasants made up more than 90% of the population, probably, or at least peasants and poor urban laborers. Peasants, apprentices, some journeymen, smiths, those kind of people. 90% of the population, easily. Did they have alliances between houses? No, not really. They didn't have houses, even. History is written by the victors. I'm sure you've heard that term, that phrase before. I should say not term. Still the title music. And it's true. And who were the victors of history? It was in a sense, the upper classes and the merchant class. This is why an analysis of history that's devoid of any class analysis is hollow and stupid. And heck, such analyses were often applied to history up until Marxism became a threat to capitalism. It wasn't just Marx who invented the idea of class analysis. He took it to a new level, sure, but that was purged from some debate of history because it was considered politically dangerous to the interests of the powerful. After that, but you can see elements of it in people like Adam Smith and various 1700s philosophers. It wasn't new to Marx. Anyways, the victors of the Middle Ages were, the nobility in a sense in the short term. In the long run, the merchant class, the middle class, the people who own the productive enterprises, like you start to build in this period in the game, with, dye works, breweries, people in those kind of things who were generally commoners, not nobles, but not really ordinary working masses. They were an emerging middle class, a merchant class, and those would be the people who would rise to the top of capitalism, and eventually they would displace the nobility as the ruling class society. So in the long run, it was the merchant class, the middle class, and in the short run, it was the nobility. So both those groups had marriages that were not for love and were alliances of wealth and power. But the peasantry, when you see little bits and snippets, especially in anthropology, but you find old poems in there and stuff, it's quite clear that ordinary people were marrying for love. Peasants. It was just the rich who weren't, and history is very much written from the perspective of acting as if the only people matter in the Middle Ages and earlier were the leaders, were the nobility. as if the masses of people who made up the vast majority of the population were unimportant, which is bullshit and is, in Leah's perspective, which we owe partly to British historians. They've heavily influenced this perspective, but you find it Western European historians, broadly speaking, act as if no one mattered but the noble houses, and they spend all their time tracking their exploits and not looking much at the conditions of what ordinary people live. They treat the peasants as they were stupid, ignorant, and uninteresting in their lives. There's been some attempt to look at history from a perspective that acknowledges what life was like for ordinary people in more recent times. But yeah. Alright, so these bandits anyways have this girl. Have to repay his taxes. It can be a while till I can do that. 10 days left to rescue her and bring her back. And there's a message I have to take care of. But I did realize I probably, looking at my party here, if I'm going to take these on, I probably want to recruit a few more recruits, because the way this experience system seems to work is there is next level at, well, that's not very is that multiplied by 10? Because it's footmen at level 9. 10 for wait, what level am I now? 8. Oh, I did reach level 8. That's right. One more level and I can actually, well, no, 2 more levels and I can actually start training footmen, but into veteran footmen. But I think the way this works is an experience pool. The maximum size of it is determined by the number of people of a given type. So when they can all be upgraded, it's reached its cap probably, though maybe there's some more room. So if I don't want the recruits to not be gaining any experience in this battle, and certainly if they lose any, they'll lose some experience, then I should probably recruit some more recruits before the battle. Because I'm going to want a mixed approach of footmen and recruits. Okay, just 1 volunteer. That stinks. Accidentally clicked on the side there. Oh, buy a bit of grain while I'm here, and might be able to sell chicken and see for a second more, but not much. I'll see if there's more volunteers in Debane. I expect to lose some men fighting these bands, so I want some surplus of recruits. Okay, 5. It's probably enough. Some bread, which you can probably sell in the sea for a profit. 44.45. Okay, let's take on these bands now. Expect to take losses. Are you the one that brought the ransom? Quick, give us the money now. No way. You released the girl first. You fool. Stop playing games and give us the money. I have no intention to pay you anything. I demand that you release the girl now. You won't be demanding anything when you're dead. I have a number of them, but my troops are definitely of lower quality. So I think, yeah, everything. I think the companions, they might count as infantry because they're a mixed group. These footmen are getting just ravaged. Oh, I see. Archer that haven't. Oop. It's hard to do this with. From the third-person view. I don't know if this is dealing damage to the shield or not. That was probably a parry with that sound. Oof. Well, I definitely took some losses, but... Alright. So one of my recruits died. 4 wounded. Hey, it's exactly the size excess buffer, 5. Although I think the wound one retains their XP, retain their XP, but... and 7 footmen. 5 were killed, 2 wounded. Ymir and Clothy are both wounded. And I captured 3 of the bandits. Oh, sir, thank you so much for rescuing me. Will you take me to my family now? Yes, come with me. We're going home. Oh, really? Thank you so much. Alright. 3 bandits. I may eventually be able to recruit them in my army. I wonder what the generic bandits... Or I could just sell them to ransom broker. I think there's one in Shiraz right now. Okay, all 8 of these can be upgraded to veterans now. Before it was, I think, 4. So it's capped out. But I'd rather not pay the extra wages of veteran footmen right this second. And they won't gain any experience passively. So until next fight, do that right before next fight. So I'll get some veteran footmen who can then hopefully upgrade into horsemen after. Like horsemen because they move faster and they don't slow the stack down as much that way. And all the footmen, I mean all the recruits can be upgraded to footmen. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I can't talk to my companions right this second. Ah, thick Nordic shield. Fast. Large size and a lot of health. This is a really good shield. I'll probably equip someone with it. Some rearrangement of my party's equipment is in order. Some of this is an upgrade. What they were using. Tad wrapping boots. They don't even provide any armor. Hardened leather cap. That might actually be competitive with some of this stuff. Cool. Oh, interesting. Alright, well, I will get the best deals on this stuff in Cherise. Be able to sell a little bit of it, though off in Rashid if I'm been there too recently. I'll just go to Mitnum because it's on the way right back to Cherise. It's a straight shot through. Ah, 23 veteran Red veteran crossbowmen. I could beat them, but I'm gonna actually need a stronger army. Uh, guess I'll have to sell some stuff here at Mitnum. Not hearing any music. Sometimes it bugs slightly if that's sliders to them. They're coming for me though, so I either have to run from them to the castle or recruit volunteers. One volunteer. I think I can take them. Pretty sure only the hardened leather cap might be an upgrade. Sell this stuff off because I need room in my inventory. Sell some of the bread too. Interesting. All right. Go to the village center because I think I can actually rearrange party stuff here. Yep, without having to exit out the map, and I can ask the village elder if he's got any work for me too. All right, I'm gonna pause it here and mess a little bit with equipment. See you folks in a second. Oh, it does. Turns out I cannot actually do anything with equipment while I'm here. That's irritating. Yeah, it looks like I leveled up though. Agility. Definitely not riding skill. So I can move about faster. Eventually ride harder mounts. Then later shield skill. But yeah. Speed is armor. That old saying. Keep upgrading throwing because it affects both my ability to hit enemies and how much damage I do with the javelins. Guess I'll make a slight nod to archery. Because eventually I will want to switch to bows. Be a horse archer for a while, and then I'll have even better equipment. Be able to, you know, equip myself more like an actual knight. It's janky, my horse can ride up those stairs, but he wants the whole cow thing. All right, well, I'm going to mess with equipment now in my party. See you folks in a sec. And I'm back. So yeah, it turned out this hard leather cap is a little bit worse than everything else. It is lighter, so if I really wanted to save some weight for Cleffy, I could give her the hard leather cap and give her the battered footman's helmet. However, even 1 point of head armor. 0.5 weight. Oh, would I? What's for 5? Yeah, she's already heavily encumbered. Yeah, alright, I should do that. In the longest run, it may not be great, but eventually I'll just replace this with something better, and this footman's helmet will sell for more. I'm gonna sell all this though at the town because I do expect to get a lot of loot from these crossbowmen, probably. Small chance that equipment gets lost, that like I lose my helmet. Yeah, that'll be fine. All right. To increase the size of the XP pool. If there's any excess. Oop, there's one recruit that wasn't upgradable yet. Possible I might want to actually fall back from these guys a little. Just to give time to heal for my people. One thing at a time, though. So I'm selling this shield because it's slower than like wooden shields and actually not that durable. For my own personal use, I got this, which is faster and way more health, even though it's not quite as much resistance. This because it's battered and old. And this because it's too small. I mean, it might be decent as a cavalry shield from time to time, but yeah, I think the price difference. I can afford to maybe hold on to nomad boots in case I need to sell. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's enough space for 24 loot. All right. So they're coming from that direction, so ideally I want to run the other way. They can go around. Come around there. Oh, they might go after the village farmers. Oh no, the farmers are faster than them. Huh. Could make it to Rashid, maybe. Oh no, then they won't. They actually lost interest there. Well, deal with them now. I guess my party's healed up enough that they figure. Just sitting there staring at me. Now they're gonna attack. We are the Free Brothers. We will fight for only for ourselves now, and give us your gold to taste steel. So yeah, number me. So I'm gonna have to fight well. Come on, you're on a hilltop. You know what? I need to be more on the... It's more important that I position my army correctly than that. There we go. Throwing chaos in the ranks. One of my companions, Jermis, idiot. Oof. They got a good hit on me. Shoot. Marnid was wounded. Four of my footmen were killed. 2 of my veterans. They only lost 2 crossbowmen. Geez, that did not go well. Okay, to the castle. Great, at least the footmen are fit for battle. Well, I don't know. The rest would be... Yeah, forget. I have to leave 2 soldiers behind. Sucks doing that. It was footmen. Maybe I shouldn't upgrade before, but I didn't think they would give chase. Catch me so soon. Captain, I don't like to run from battle. So many throats left uncut. So many purses left unexplored. Hopefully it won't happen again. Hopefully. I was able to recruit the bandits. Let's see what I can learn about them. Now they're level 10. They do have a bit of riding skill and power draw. And they appear to be on horse. They really should be cavalry. I see, this is why I was having problems. Cavalry group. Because everyone was considered infantry even when they were on a horse. Now everything makes more sense. Need to rest here for a little bit. Serenadian Knights camp in the Serenade region. So a footman deserted, and a bandit didn't really want to stay with the party, but yeah, worked out for the most part. Six veteran footmen to give backbone to my force. 5 normal footmen. Now moving more into the smaller elite force range. Recruit more volunteers so we can get more people trained up. Oops, how much did the bread sell for? 36. Nope. Let's visit this. Ah, it's a good price, especially for a partial loaf of bread. And pork's cheap. I'd be able to sell in the city. Good price. Cool. 57.56 for pork. Go try and sell under Cuba. Actually, stop by this. Need to find somebody who knows where Amir Ayem is. Although he's gonna be pissed I don't have his money. Oh, there he is. Don't have to look for him. Meet again. Bring a message. Ooh, let me see that. Well, it was good of you to bring me this. Take myself as proof for receiving my regards to Sultan. Hey, he didn't bug me about the tax money, which I don't have. I have to get back to Voluca soon. So let's head to Cuba by way of Shabal Zamir. Cheap date fruit. So overpriced cabbages. Cheap pottery. Sell the pork. Buy more dates. Some nomad boots. And some pottery. Can't quite buy the bread. Unless, 38 for grain. Okay, I can buy the bread. Bread's cheap and grain's expensive in the city right now. Cool. All right, anyways. So Tem. The war rages on. Get a volunteer. Oh, more dates. I can sell the bread to cool a little bit of my costs actually there. Yet more date fruit. Some cheap grain too. Ooh. I can sell these goods. Looks like yet another battle is occurring with the Vigares. They'll hire me as a mercenary soon. Find someone who will actually do the hiring though. By they I mean Sarah needs. Right, sell all those dates. This isn't a great price for pottery. No. So I might want to offload that somewhere else. Cheap bread. $44 for the bread. Hamar is opulent and crowded, huh? We'll have to return to Voluka. Maybe I can consider trying to become mercenary if that war's still raging. Let's visit Swedian lands here. Sell pottery. In fact, the pottery is so expensive that it's worth buying the leatherwork, even though the leatherwork is a little. Heck, it'd even be worth it if they can't make the full payment. Since this is equivalent of 86 for the pirates, it's still profitable. The poverty is unbearable. Only a handful of people are strong enough to work, many of which become to work in the fields, many of which become overgrown with weeds. The rest are weak and malnourished, have already fled elsewhere. Drafting animals long since starved or were eaten, although a few carcasses line the outskirts, their bones gnawed by wild beasts. Very poor. Very poor area. Probably because of the recent war. Buka was under siege, huh? Leib's also extremely poor. Wow, that's really cheap bread. cheap wool too. Offload a pottery on them. Leaves. Oh, you leave it saying it's unremarkable now. I guess because of the commerce, maybe? Poor and desolate village, so a trade brings prosperity. This idea. Probably in proportion to the amount of money it changes hands. Yeah, I ran out in 65 now. Just to check my progress towards have enough renown to probably be able to become a mercenary. Cheap grain. I'll pay well, very well for the bread. Grapes, worth it just to offload more bread on them. It's not a bad price for dried meat either. I'll buy it and offload that last bit of bread. Thank you so much for bringing me back. I can't wait to see my family. Goodbye. And I could not wait to see this market. Offload wool, grain. Maybe not that much grain. Pottery. I don't pay great for the leather work though. Let's visit the guildmaster here again. Good day. I'm in your debt for bringing back my friend's daughter. Please take these 140 dinars I promised you. My friend wished to give more, but paying the ransom brought him to his knees. I get to keep it because defeated the bandits. Now the town likes me a little bit. Oh yeah, cheap wine. 171, 180. Buy a little bit of wine. This is the horse merchant. Apparently, horse stats don't matter at all for carrying stuff, so sumpter horses are as good as anything as pack animals. I think I can afford a heavy saddle horse now. I've had my saddle horse unseated multiple times before, so that'll be nice. It's probably the most I want to spend. Horses, although armor. Rusty bassinet with aventail. Yes, please. I'm going to wear the rusty one myself. Give Clethy the cracked one. Oh, she lacks the strength. Oops. Oh, our need then. Wait, he doesn't have 8 strength either? Jeremis does, though. Mira doesn't have the strength for this. Really, how weak is she? I'll hold on to the Battle helmet until she's got the strength to use it. See the base price for things here. Other work is 220. Interesting. I might want to give her a saddle horse. Slower, but faster. I mean, I say slower, sorry, weaker. Less armored, less hit points. So I deal more damage, maneuver better. When it goes down quicker, she's my least armored companion, so it's likely she'll go down before the horse anyhow. Yep, bunch of pack horses and this helmet, which I want the Clethy levels up. She does get XP passively. It's gonna be a while. Wages are 102 a week. Right. Don't have the money to pay back those taxes yet. Let's keep investing in armor. Let's visit Cheza. And then cheap grain. Nice. Cheap fruit too. I'm pretty sure I could sell some more in the city. 33, 62, 63 in the pork and meat. It's just semi-okay price for leather work, but they don't have enough money to pay for it at all. Slight profit on the meats, profit on the fruit. Cool. Alright, I'll make my way to Chakala. There's Serenade Lands. It's a long past time I try and become a mercenary if anyone will have me. Oh, they'll pay nicely for grain. I'll sell this bag off since partial bags still weigh the same in the game solely. Buy some cabbages. I'll sell off that grain too, actually. Cool. Stop by Belly's to see if they have foodstuffs for my army. Grain. Cheap grain. Cheap dye, too. Sell that somewhere. Meat for 62.63. Well, I'll backtrack to call quick then. Maybe buy a little bread for 49 because I might be able to sell it in that. Yep, near the money because Sarah needs to war with the Rodox? Huh. I probably want to be a mercenary against Rhodoxia here. It's a wealthy land, good to trade with. Sell off the leather work. And head to Jamisha. $39 for grapes, $35 for fish. Heck, this is profitable on the dyes, even if they can't pay full price. So instead of 100, I get 74 plus, it's over 120 anyways. 35 fish, 39 grapes. grapes before they get eaten by my people. Some grain. Some dates. Sell some dyes. What am I doing? No, because I'm selling them grapes and fish. Buying dates. I actually don't have enough money for fish. Selling grapes. Actually, I'll buy fruit. Sell the fish. Because it's a pretty good price on the fish. Especially because someone's been eating. Buy the grain, sell the fruit. Sell this helm. Buy more dates. Buy some flax. Buy some bread. I'd probably sell an outlying village. Ooh, actually, it's a very good price in the wine. Yeah, came to recruit volunteers because I'm pretty sure I can charge more as a mercenary the larger my warband. Cheap grain. Pay well for the bread though. Semi-cheap pottery, probably worth it to move more grain. I mean, more bread. Cheap flax. Oh, this is a bit overpriced for salt. It's worth it if it lets me move more of these dyes and wine. Insanely good prices. cheap pottery. Pay reasonably well for the salt. Actually, we can probably get better price on the salt elsewhere. 232 is a bit low, and there's no reason to move it. Nothing I desperately need to move. $232 is the base price. Salt. More pottery. More flax. More pork. Only 54 for the pork. Cheap grain. Cheap dates. Pay well for pottery. Guess I'll sell them the pork so it doesn't get eaten, so you can buy more pottery. And once they can buy more pottery. I'm saying sell them the pork. Yeah, need to buy something, not sell. Buy the butter. $189 for the butter. Pork sells for the same here, even though some got eaten. Cheap pottery. Oh, and they buy flax. Pork's getting aged, so I'll buy it. I mean, sell it. Oh, flax sells well. Here. Butter was a loss, but I'll get in, so I'll just... Boom. slightly low average price salt by a little more. More dates. Hmm. A little pottery too, I guess. Right. Should make an average of 6 profit on that. Sometimes more of the salts going a higher price somewhere. Cool. Date, salts, and pottery. Keep recruiting volunteers. More dates. More pottery. Grain. Pottery. Hmm. Don't have the money for the grain, darn it. Solve the cabbages. Just really cutting it close here on the finances. It's not a great price for salt. But if it lets me buy more date fruit, the grain here is very cheap too. Alright, I've been going to village to village there, recruiting a bunch of recruits. Again, preparing to sell my services as a mercenary. So, a little pottery. A little grain. $46. Yeah, I'll buy a little bread. But also a little pottery just so I might be able to take advantage of more business opportunities as they arise. $46 for the bread. money. It's worth visiting because there's all these caravans. They might have had money. They didn't before. Break even on the bread, but some got eaten. So actually, I'm coming out ahead. Buy some grain. Buy some cabbage and grain, actually. Ah, soldiers, the right upgrade. Oh, darn, it's not my companions. Still waiting till I can get Clethy on a bloody horse. That probably will be the next training period. Teach it to ride. Alright. We have 33 dinars here. Darn it. Is it Seren then? Getting short in time. I'll pay exception well for pottery. Points worth buying the olives and pork, just so they can sell them the pottery. 42 and 65. Of course, my men all decide to eat the olives. Grr. More pottery for sale. Grain. More cheap olives. Here, it's the olives and grapes here. Pork. Pottery. The salt. And the dates. Even some of this bloody grain. Oh, the wine's very cheap right now. Just... I'm going to visit this account. See if he will... Perhaps. My name is Northstar at your service, sir. Counter task. I've not heard of you, but you have the look of a man who might make something of himself someday. And he will hire a company of mercenaries. So much for doing Serenade lands. Yeah, I'll fight for the Rodox. Their lands are rich. I can make a lot of money wandering them. Perfect. Of course, you shall have to make a formal declaration of allegiance and give your oath that you and your company will remain in service to the King of Rodox for a period of no less than 1 month. As you wish. Your enemies are my enemies. I got 200 dinars for this. Temporarily at war with Swadia. So stop Swadia from conquering the Rodox easily. Now I suggest to prepare for a serious campaign. Train and equip your soldiers as best you can. Respond quickly or summon for duty. Cool. Ah, book merchant. Good day, sir. Will you both get my books? Amusing. They can teach you skills like trade. If you export the character later, you have the skill points that you would more than you normally have for your level and attributes. Incredibly expensive, though. Ransom broker, but I have no one to ransom. And here's Katrine. She seems to have no issue with my little company of commoners, so I'll try and bring her into my party. Hello there, laddie. Have a drink of me. What's the occasion? Why, I managed to sell my wagon and pots, lad. For once, I've got money to spend and intend to make the best of it. For 30 years, I followed the armies of this land, selling them victuals and drink, watching their games of dice, and finding them girls. And nary a dinar was left in my purse at the end. It's no kind of life, victualling the armies. You earn a bit here and there. You earn a bit here and a bit there as the soldiers spend their money. Then along comes one defeat and you have to start over, indebting yourself to buy a new wagon and new oxen. So I decided to get out of the business, but army life is all I know. What will you do now? Why, I'll be a soldier myself. Help my old hands to a bit of loot to comfort me in my retirement. 2 boys I bore, both soldiers' brats, and they came soldiers themselves. One had his head split by a Kerrigan war club. The other died of the pox, but at least they didn't die hungry. I know how to swing a blade, staunch a wound, and feed an army on the march. It would be a foolish captain who passed up an opportunity to hire an experienced campaigner like me. Say, laddie, don't you command a war party of your own now? Fortunately, I can't take on any more hands in my party right now. What? Got the money. Oh. I'm at capacity? Really? Is there a way to just one of these guys disband? Yep. Hitting the button once. Get rid of one recruit, because I expect to encounter another companion. My apologies, I rude earlier. What was your story again? Same thing. Sounds like it'd be useful. You are hired. Hey, thank you, Captain, but before I jump with you, I would ask for a payment of 100 dinars. I know that in war parties, soldiers can go on for weeks without seeing wages. I'm wise enough not to sign anywhere without having myself covered. Very well, here's 100 dinars. Make yourself ready. Leave soon. Pans are investments. And Katrin, she's level 8. So she actually has pretty darn good stats for... She's a decent companion already. Skills are Iron Flesh and Weapon Master, Riding. 7 in inventory management though, so actually first aid and I think I already have someone with 3 trade. Jermis. So because of how much is sunk into inventory, she's actually not. Her skills kind of suck, but she at least has some proficiency and she can fight. And I don't think there's a hard level cap. So eventually, put her on a horse and she'll at least make a decent soldier. I'll do this off camera though. All right, well, hope you folks are well. Did some purchasing equipment, moving stuff around. Katrin is my toughest cowboyman, my most effective one. I actually didn't should give him a shield on his back one because he's the most important to not to always have a shield that works. But yeah, they're all a little under equipped. Marnie doesn't even have a backup shield anymore. Guess I could take a quick stop here to see if there's any kind of tight on money. This old kite shield probably break way too easily. Alright, I'll buy the cracked kite shield. Oop. What? I accidentally hit a key wrong there. Actually, to mention the pattern Nordic shields in melee is worse than wooden. Well, it's got less resistance anyways. But this thing has a high probability of breaking, so yep, Everything's been rearranged. Exhausted. You saw I just missed Clet. Very soon, Clethy learned to ride a horse. So I'll put on one of my. Well, I actually put on better than a sumpter horse and rearrange amongst the party. But I'm exhausted. I've now got a vassal contract with the Rodox, so I'm assuming they'll summon me soon enough. At which point I will have to go to war. I've got a bunch of recruits that I can upgrade up to footmen, although I need a little more money, so I'll probably need to run some of this Fluken wine around. Once more I can sell it to raise a little more money. I should just have enough money to make through the whole vassal contract, but it'll be a good opportunity for my character to gain experience, level up some. Anyways, I hope you folks enjoyed this video. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves. May you always find guiding star to lead you home. Until next time, it's Northstar. Adieu. Best luck. I get some sleep. I am exhausted.